Hello, I am Jody Wolf, and you're watching Expoz today, February 4, 2015, 9:54 p.m., Birmingham, Alabama. Topic, Chimera 2, Chimera Part 2. The definition of chimera is the mixing of human and animal DNA, and just seeing what popped up. If you go back and look at some of these pictures around ancient Egypt, the pyramids and things like that, you may see men with a animal's head, or you may see a horse's body with a man's head. All this is mixing, and it was done. It was taught to the people back when the fallen angels came to earth, and 200 of them named came down and mated with the daughters of men. And then their offspring were the Nephilim. Well, the flood killed out everything, almost. The Bible clearly says in the days of Noah that there were giants in those days, men of renown. But it says, as the flood is in the days of Noah and after, meaning they were here in the days of Noah and they were here after. Not some were left over, but maybe one of the daughters of Noah's daughter-in-laws had some mixed or tainted DNA in her. But it started back up, but it didn't start back up with the angels having sex with the daughters of men. It was now the Nephilim doing the experiments. And that continues because, in fact, it continued to the Tower of Bable. And, of course, you can't build a tower to reach to heaven. But if you build one in a certain place, there's portals. And these portals can get you high enough that you can peep into the veil or behind the veil. And these portals are all around this world. We know there's one under the pyramids or near the pyramids, and we know they're in Peru. We know that they're in Guatemala, in parts of southern Mexico, the Mayans, and now it appears that there's one in northern Canada where a man actually saw these things in and out. Then you have, I can't think of the volcano now, and like the California Oregon border where the volcano there, but these things fly in and out of that volcano all the time. In any case, they're here and their work continues. And I told you I was going to explain to you why you didn't find much about this in the Bible is because the first book of Revelations was not called Revelations. It was called Apocalypse. And then it scared people so bad, at which time, I don't know when they changed it, but they took Apocalypse and laid it aside and put Revelations in and took out the scary, harsh language that would scare anyone to read it. But if you could read the real facts, and you can find them, of what the Apocalypse or Revelations will be like, it'll scare you even today, because that's going to happen. The Bible fully explained it, told about it, but man decided, well, my gosh, you can't get people to study the stuff with it, talking about that, but the Bible was telling the truth. Because it said, as in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the days of the coming of the Son of Man, which is at the end. But, it says, but, it'll be much worse than it was then in the days of Noah. It'll be worse now than it was then. So this means that they're active, alive, and they're doing their work today in mixing DNA and with human and animal. Now it appears that they've been working for a long time, taking the seed of woman or man and planting it in the seed of woman and get to a point of a month or 2 or 3 and then taking this out and raising it somewhere. Hey, sounds crazy, but they're doing it, okay? And we don't know how many they have. You don't know how many women they have actually kidnapped and taken away. That, people get lost. People are missing in this country. It's 2,000 every day or every other day? Where are they going? So it continues, and it's going to get much, much worse. And but that is about to come. That's about to begin. And I am still a pre-trib rapture believer. And do I want to escape it? Doggone right I do. If I don't, I don't. Being a Christian, I believe I'll be protected, but I believe I'll be taken out because it's going to get real bad. And but that is part 2, and that explains as to why you don't see it that clearly in the Bible. But the Bible does say in Apocalypse just how awful it is. If you go and find that book and read it, yeah, you won't like it either. Jody Wolf, Expoz.